Hi everyone, it's Chanel Aslu here, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about the different fallacies that we got to choose to do. And I got to choose dirty trick number 21 and 22. So here we go. There's this kind of quote in this book that I really enjoyed and I wanted to kind of include here because the purpose of them kind of talking to us about these different dirty tricks, I have the book right here, is that to kind of protect us so that we're not kind of ignorant to the fact that there are manipulators out there, or there are different tricks that people will use to kind of win an argument. So your goal should be to recognize fallacies for what they are. They're dirty tricks of those who want to gain an advantage. And so the first one is dirty trick number 21, which is flatter your audience. So to flatter your audience, it's kind of how it goes. You use different words that you try to use so that you can kind of sway people towards an argument that you want them to agree with your tongue, with, the words that you say. So you're flattering them. So some different kinds of examples that they give us right here in this kind of big paragraph is, it's good to be talking to an audience of people with good old-fashioned common sense and real insights into our social problems. So that could be a way that, someone can, maybe a politician would say that to kind of win votes or win, things like that. So this whole paragraph right here has completely been taken out of the book, and you can find it on page 27 if you guys want to pause and, take a look at that. So let's define flattery, because flattery can go both, you don't know how it will go. Is it a nice thing or a bad thing, something like that. So I got this off of the dictionary, and it says to try to please by complimentary remarks or attention, to represent favorably, gratify by falsification, to praise too much, untruly, or insincerely in order to win favor, to make feel pleased or honored, gratify the vanity of. So you can kind of tell that you've met people that have done this to you, maybe to get something that they want from you, or to get you to do something that they want you to do. And a flattering tongue does get you a lot of places most of the time. So, and some examples of flattering your audience can be, just found in our regular daily old life. Sales associates, when they want you to buy something, maybe it might not look good on you, but they will tell you that, it looks good, you should get it. That can be something that they will use. They will flatter you with compliments and words that can make you feel good about yourself, so that maybe you buy that and they'll get the commission or they'll get the sale. Another emphasis that the book makes is politicians. They really do use, a certain vocabulary of words so that they know how to draw in the person, maybe emotionally, or, just wanting them to get the vote from them, or wanting to kind of find something on common ground with them so that they'll vote for them and that they'll be their support, give them money for their campaign, this and that. So the next is food industry. So this can mean several different things. Like, for example, Costco. When you go to Costco and they give out samples, this can mean kind of like a little thing that they can flatter you by giving you something free, so that maybe you'd buy the product that they want you to get from them. And they're trying to sell that, that product. So I want to just start off with some discussion questions that I want you guys to kind of think about, maybe pause, answer for yourself. So how can you use flattery in order to get what you want? How can you use that in your daily life? Maybe that would be in the classroom setting with a professor, maybe at school when your financial loan didn't go through and you needed like an extension on a deadline or something like that. How would you kind of use your tongue and flatter your audience? So think of that and write them down, or leave comments below, or something that maybe you thought of that I haven't talked about. Is using this fallacy correct in some situations? So in those situations that I mentioned before, is it correct to use flattery to kind of get what you want, whether it's good or bad? Maybe it's for your good, like you need that grade, you need that money to put yourself through school or something. Is it correct in, some situations over another? Okay, so the next dirty trick that we're going to talk about is number 22, also found on page 27, which is hedge what you say. So manipulators often don't kind of give out details. They don't give out complete, details of things that they want to get you to do. So they're very blunt. They're very short. Their words are snipped and snapped. Like, they already know, they've rehearsed what you've said, they wanted to say to you. So they're going to use things like that. So some examples, not really controversial examples would be planning a surprise party. If your friend, you're the one that's taking them out, they want to get surprised, you're not going to be really, open, be like, oh yeah, in your living room, we have people that are, waiting for you to, things like that. You're going to be blunt. You're not going to give out details. You're going to be, yeah, we're having dinner. It's really nice. Oh, come on. I'll walk you to your door. Oh, why is the room dark? Surprise. Things like that. So another thing could be doing something illegal. I don't condone this, but people that do want to manipulate others who maybe wouldn't want to do something illegal do use words, and they hedge their words in a certain way that would get someone to maybe feel emotional and connect with them so that they'll do that thing. What about, the next point, trying to get someone to do something that you want them to do. So you're going to hedge your words, and you're going to kind of perfect your words and mold them to the situation in order to get people to do what you want them to do. And that's kind of the gist of dirty trick number 22. So this is kind of like a little cartoon, and we could see right here that Eric is telling John that he had a dream about him and he needs to do something that Eric wants John to do. So right here we see that Eric kind of says, no, for the last time, I want to do what I want to do. So I guess that's one way that you can kind of guard yourself from those manipulators and guard yourself from, doing something that, not doing something that someone wants you to do. And that's strictly saying no. So here are my final discussion questions for dirty trick number 22. So who or what can be examples of manipulators? Like, think of situations that you've had in your life where you go back and think, I've been manipulated, I shouldn't have done it, or, I shouldn't have done what they did because I was manipulated. Like, who can you kind of think of? What about, does manipulation have one form or many? Meaning, do they, come in a person, or do people use other people to get to you? Is it through commercials? Is it through, speaking engagements and things like that? What kind of forms do they take? Do they have one form, or is it many? And how can you guard yourself from manipulation? The slide before this with the cartoon, I did mention saying no, stepping back from the situation and kind of thinking, what just happened, and kind of making your own decision, not swaying whatever is in your gut, kind of go back, listen to the facts, take in what they're saying, but not make a decision based on what other people's are trying to make you feel. Whatever decision is better for you is better for you. For example, that could be maybe a sales associate. You're looking at this really nice designer bag and you want to, you're looking at it and the associate comes over and she compliments you or he, and they're really intriguing you to buy it. So you look at your bank account and you see, I can't afford that right now. I can't really do it. But she keeps complimenting you and urging you, oh, we have 20% off today, this and that. Do you make the decision based on what that person is making you try to believe? Or maybe making a decision for yourself, seeing that you don't have enough money to buy this purchase. So you step away and maybe say, thank you, not today, another time. She might not make her sale, but you also might not get in debt by putting it on your credit card, something innocent like that. So finally, a little short writing assignment to get your, wheels turning in your head. I want you guys to kind of write maybe a couple sentences, maybe a paragraph of just a little fictional story of, situations that revolve around flattery and manipulation. They could be in a hospital form, in a restaurant, at home, with parents, with sales associates, anything like that. And I want you guys to kind of include these questions down here. Was the character misled by them? And the choice the character made, whether that be to agree with the mistake